So let's talk about updating our Ubuntu servers to keep them relatively secure, and keep them up to date. So I just logged into my server here, and you can see where it tells me right here I have 97 updates to be applied immediately. Two of these updates are standard security updates. Okay, so when you go to apply server updates, the best thing to do is to update your apt cache first. So the command is sudo apt update, and that will update your apt cache. So it goes out to all of your repositories and checks to make sure that it knows about the latest versions of all of your software. Even if you don't see this message, you can do this at any time. So I just ran an update and it says I have 90 packages that can be upgraded. And so the command to update them is sudo apt upgrade. Now, you can actually do both of these at the same time. Before I get to that, this is the following packages that will be updated or upgraded. 90 will be upgraded. We'll have 11 newly installed, 0 to remove, 0 not upgraded. 2 are standard security updates. This is how much space it's going to take. And then this is how much additional space will be used. So my yes down here is capitalized, no is not. That means Y is my default, so I can just hit enter, or I can hit Y and enter. So I'm just going to hit enter, and it gets to work, and it is downloading my updates. And if we were to pause this, it tells you every update that it's downloading. Now we're doing the installing of the updates, and this should go by fairly quickly. Little progress indicator down here tells us how long until it's done. So we're going to let this run for just a second. Now, Ubuntu, any Linux distribution for that matter, has hundreds and hundreds of packages. And all of these software packages can be upgraded or improved on independently of any of the others. So it makes sense every now and then to go ahead and do this sudo apt update and sudo apt upgrade. And that just keeps your system current and secure as much as we can with updates. So there's actually a way to do this in one command line rather than two. And so for that, it would be sudo apt update, and then you do 2 ampersand signs and sudo apt upgrade. And what those 2 ampersand signs do is it tells the operating system, run the first command, and then when it's done, run the second command. And so that'll do it all in one shot. I always like to see what it's doing. So I like to see how many packages we're going to be updated. So I normally run it in 2 commands, unless I'm just really in a hurry and want it to get done as fast as possible. Okay, so we're 99% done. You can see our progress indicator here, almost finished. This should finish off any moment now. Now, one of the other things we've got to be aware of when we're doing updates is the possibility of having orphaned packages. And what an orphaned package is, it's a software package that was used by a previous version of another software package, but is no longer needed. And so it's orphaned, it has no purpose on your system. There we go. Has no purpose on your system, and we want to get rid of it. So for that, let me do a sudo apt update again here real quick and show you the line that I'm looking for. So this, again, is going out and updating, and this tells me all packages are up to date, everything's fine. Now, it also doesn't tell me that I have any orphaned packages, but sometimes you'll see a notification that you have packages out here that aren't being used anymore. And for that, to get rid of that, which is a good thing because we don't want software laying around on our systems if we don't need it, it's sudo apt auto remove. And what that'll do is that'll look for any packages that are no longer being used and will remove them. So if actually did find a couple of them here, following 2 packages can be removed. Yeah, I want to go ahead and take them out. If I'm not using them, why keep them around? And that will clean up the operating system and make sure we don't have any unused packages out there that we don't need. So it's sudo apt update to update our apt cache. Something we should always do before installing new software or checking for updates or anything like that. Ampersand sudo apt upgrade will upgrade our existing packages, and then sudo apt auto remove will remove anything that we don't need anymore. So That's a quick and easy way to stay updated. Now, a question that I get a lot, how often should I do this? Um, Probably pretty often. I would say for me, it would be a minimum of once a week. And I just want to make sure that I keep everything updated. And that kind of follows along with Microsoft's, Patch Tuesday thing that they're where they tend to release updates on a fairly regular basis. We don't have any centralized authority for updates the way we do Microsoft with a Windows server. So anybody can update their packages at any time. So doing it on a regular basis, probably beneficial, and just make sure our system stays as current as possible.